Greetings everyone, my name is Etterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In this live stream, I will be covering the level pack MMU2, or Mega Man Unknown 2, which was developed by Dave the Loser. And if I have enough time, I will be covering the next level pack by them too, MMU3. Now these levels don't actually end up in a fortress, they're only the Roadmaster stages. And because of how short each stage is, I'll just pick the levels on my lonesome. So I'll begin with this stage, Shroom Man by Dave the Loser, with 20 plays and a score -1. Welcome to the stream, Leonardo, Pixel Boy, YouTube, the Patio, and anyone else who I missed. This is going to be the last Mega Man Maker stream, which I'll do on Mixer before it closes down. Maybe I'll do one more stream just before it closes down, we'll see. And yes, I'm using the level pack by Radwayne Fuad and Lozov, Super Mega Man Maker. I don't think this level pack is really going to be that memorable, but we'll see. I'm calling it a level pack instead of a fan game because, well, it doesn't end up with a fortress. Yes, there are arm stages. Yep, on July 22nd, Mr. Lee. That was kind of a jerkish placement there. If you don't fall in the correct spot or close enough to it, you will die. Because of this, I may also start streaming on another platform, and this includes Facebook, because apparently it's the third most watched streaming platform. And I don't exactly trust YouTube and Twitch as much. Yeah, in 4 days. I may do one bonus stream on Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. Hey Jaden. All these levels are about 20 screens long, so about the length of the NES stages, but usually not that difficult. Maybe outside the unfortunate spike drops. Hey Spring. I'm mainly using this mod for the different music. It gets boring hearing the same 8-bit music tracks over and over. And my apologies for not posting publicly the previous stream recordings. I'll be fixing them in the days to come. Though for some reason some of them are desynced. But that's the first stage. Subpar. We really... Even if that problem with the spike drop section didn't happen, it didn't really use the gimmick that much with destroying the platforms. Next up is Street Man, 15 plays, score 3. And I got the Shroom Bomb, so it was this. At least it gives us the option to start to choose our special weapons. And I picked one of the better starting ones. Well, I have this, so you didn't really need to start me out with that. Reduces the usefulness of the other things. Dave was one of the users in the comment section, and they requested it about a few weeks ago. As I isn't done with the level pack yet, I decided to knock out both of them tonight. So I'll be critiquing the levels both individually and as a group. Although from the looks of it, I'll have to focus more on the latter. slightly better than the previous stage, but I see a pattern forming. Where there are gimmicks, but they're only used for a few screens before being dumped unceremoniously. Meltman, 26th place, score 5. If I end up completing one of the level packs really fast, I'll cover some Veersmith levels or levels from the most popular queue. At this point, I think some of the levels in the most popular queue, or many of them, will be better. Sorry about that, Dave, if I sound a bit harsh. I'm not blaming you, I'm blaming the levels more. Yep, all thanks to this mod. We can also have Genesis music. Why is the screen empty? You could have put something here, Dave. Good, some action. But it was only there for one screen, too. The stages are both too short, and if they have a mechanic, gimmick, enemy, element, they're barely used. Hey Dak, welcome to the stream. Even though I said most of the stages are 20 screens, some are only 14 or 15. Now, don't get me wrong, shorter stages aren't necessarily bad, but they need to do something and compress the mechanics or whatnot. These aren't really doing it. Bridgeman, 12 plays, score of 1. Hey Sam. Well, the mouse slider, but I guess this is close enough to it. To be fair, Impel Man is supposed to be fire-based, I suppose. I see. Apparently this is only useful for one stage, and one stage only, because I can't carry these through. Enemies that barely are dangerous to me. This just felt like the scaffolding for a stage. The other ones actually had more gimmicks. This one, only the jet bomb. And some enemies. Then the boss. In fact, I'll just try using weaknesses. If I do have them. It does, Jaden, in a way. Of course, over there the stages are even shorter. Here we actually have some mechanics, but they're unceremoniously not used. Next is Turbulent Woman, 26th place, score 9. I'm surprised I got such a high score. I think the main reason why they got such a high score, I think it's this one maybe? I think the main reason why they got such a high score is because of their names. It's to the point where I can't even tell how to improve these stages, or what the main ideas behind these stages are. Because, in essence, they're a whole lot of nothing. Frankly, there are hundreds or thousands of ways to make these into actual stages. Yeah, that's one way. That's one way, Sam. Exactly, YouTube. And remember, this is a series of levels, not just one level. I'm not gonna bother. That one series of screens was the best part of the level pack so far. It wasn't really introduced the best way, but it had some challenge, and some risk of falling into the abyss, and it was fair. But once again, only one screen, 2 or 3 of them. Hopefully you improved, Sam. By the way, that's 5/8 of this level pack done. That's good to hear. Shield Man, 70 plays, score 4. Oh, don't get me wrong, Lepadio. Every level designer has their own weaknesses. Yours, for example, is, or was, putting too much unrelated stuff in the levels, or making them too big and not cohesive enough. This one is not really doing anything with it. Yep, Leonardo, during last week's stream. It was during last week's stream, Leonardo. It's not public yet, but you can find the link on Twitter. Also on my Discord. Hello? For once I found a weakness. Barrage, man. 16 plays, score of 2. You have gotten better, though. And you're much better with defining your level difficulties. In the past, it wasn't as good. For some reason, we get the laser dagger by defeating a shield man. That's why we got the laser trident instead of the water shield. We get the water shield by defeating Swimming Man. Really, playing this level pack, sorry Dave, makes me appreciate all the levels I played during the morning stream. Well, your weakness, YouTube, is basically making the same level over and over, instead of varying it up more. My weakness is making the levels too big, and either adding too many gimmicks to a stage, making it too long, and or making the interaction process too long. You'll see that in full force once my 48 hours level come out. If it ever comes out. A whole lot of nothing, Daibuman. You didn't really miss anything. Last but not least is Swimming Man. Oh, sorry, no, that's something better. Last up is Swimming Man, with 14 plays and a score of 0. Another stage of water. See, for example, Conveyor Mayhem, which is basically a refinement over my first stage, Napalm Forest and Caves. I said before and I'll say it again, I'm quite surprised to reach tier 8. It really should be tier 7. It could have been made more concise. Especially the route for the 5th and final Noble Nickel. That didn't need to lead up to Napalm Man. Even though the stage is longer, it didn't really do much. Remember, the number of screens doesn't necessarily translate to how long the stage is. That depends on how difficult the level is, as well as how difficult it is to travel through the stages. I mean, there are some levels which are only 10 or 15 screens long, which I took almost 10 minutes to complete due to their difficulty. And some stages almost 100 screens long, which I completed in under 10 minutes, or 5 minutes. Alright, it's only been 15 minutes and I'm done with MMU2, or Mega Man Unknown 2. Alright, here's my biggest problem. This level pack, all 8 levels are pretty much a whole lot of nothing. Even when an enemy mechanic gimmick weapon is introduced, it's only used for 1 or 2 screens, and then promptly abandoned, and there are empty screens, and then you reach the boss battle in a plain old arena. That's it. The most interesting part of this was Turbulent Woman, specifically 3 screens were at the platform on the crash lifts, as well as spinning cogs. Well, not the spinning cogs, those rotating platforms. Otherwise, nothing was happening, really. It's like that level pack I played a few months ago, which had a similar problem, with very short stages and nothing really distinguished them from each other. Alright, considering I have so much time after MMU2, let's do MMU3 and see if they've improved. Spring Man, 8 plays, score -1. That's my main suggestion for future ones, let's hope this improves. Actually have your stages do something with the mechanics, and have some mechanics, or some team. Okay, at the start we can choose each character, that's a good sign. I'm pretty shocked why the previous stages got positive scores. Even all the levels in the most popular queue have something more going for them. You could put some enemies here, Dave. Good, more's going on. I'd just like to point something out as a funny exploit. Yeah, you can backtrack in here, and go to the boss immediately. I'm not sure if that was intended. I'll do this the intended way. I know, Vic, but even then, usually bad levels don't get this high of a score. Or maybe not bad, but levels that amount to nothing. Sure, Boomin. I haven't really played that much Castlevania, unfortunately. The only 3 games I played to completion are 4, Super Castlevania 4, Bloodlines, and Dracula X. Already this stage is better than all the previous stages in U2 because it did something. It didn't end too soon. But still, it's barely does anything. It really should have done more with those keys and doors gimmick, maybe. Next up, Emerald Man. 26 plays, score 6. Ah, sure, why not? Being very convincing of a villainous character. You know, I'll try VAing it a bit at the end. Why not? For some more interesting stuff. Okay then. So far, every midpoint is a boss. Oh, okay, I thought you was a completely different character. Well, I have to change my being a bit. Alright, I won't perform it. I thought he was with the other villain. Oh, a different villainous character, I mean. I can voice act the villain, but a chaotic neutral character like that, yeah, no. Pretty much, Vic. Pretty much. Kingman, 46 plays, score 9. Even though these stages have more going for them, it's only a marginal amount. They are longer too and more difficult. But again, they need to focus on a team. Right now it feels like they're just going through these areas. Just traveling through an obstacle course. And not too difficult one with a lot of wide spaces that don't amount to much. Gotcha. At first I was thinking of more of a large ham voice. One moment, please. Earthrock man, 11 plays, score of 2. Wait, what? He's the shopkeeper? Now that's interesting. You have my attention. I thought he was more of a neutral character, more of an observer role. But a shopkeeper? Now that's quite a change in role. From what you expect from Castlevania, at least. Yeah, I'm still using to replace the NSF file. That's why. Hang on a moment. I noticed in previous streams I made the noise gate too aggressive. Gotcha. I don't know about that, YouTube. It hasn't been revealed yet. Oh, interesting. Sunblast man, 17 plays, score of 3. Another critique I want to mention. You don't need to mention the names of the arm weapons you get in the title itself. You can always just show it right after you defeat the boss if you gain the weapon. By spotting the weapon block over there, or the weapon capsule. You can do that for your creature levels, Dave. Yeah, we don't know about that yet. You know, that placement could have been more jerk, but it actually gone really bad. No midway point? This is basically as good as the levels in U2. Thunder Woman, 7th place, score of 3. I mean, at this point I won't bother to pick up all the weapons. Only the ones I find to be somewhat useful. Also, this is not a flame sword. This is not a flame hold. Remember, I only beat 3 of those Castlevania games. I never even played Symphony of the Night, embarrassing as it is. Actually, to be quite honest, I don't recall beating or playing any of the Metroidvania entries in the Castlevania series. Yeah, first that was my fault. I know, a lot of franchises to keep up with. I staked my claim with Mega Man. Blame Wily, YouTube. Be deliberately infected. Thank you. In the future, I will cover Symphony Night. Can you jump into the pit? Of course, he decides not to. Raising Man, 14th place, score 6. One more after this and we're done. Of course, considering I've only been streaming for 33 minutes, I will start covering levels from the most popular queue. Yeah, I picked up the wrong weapon, sorry. I didn't mean to pick up the ice weapon. The water shield, I mean. Well, actually, no, I didn't mean to get the homing torpedo. So I won't use it. Whoa, that was cool. Yeah, it's between short and medium. But of course it ended. Didn't really have much of a gimmick. But for this level pack and this episode so far, this is the best level. At least for the enemy placements. No one fluffy. Sorry to say this, Dave, but I find reading the chapter more interesting than the level pack. I mean, there's not much else left. There's not much else to say about this level pack, so feel free to talk about other things. It's alright, Christian, you didn't miss anything. Remember, I'm being harsh on the level pack, not on you, Dave. I believe with this feedback, you can improve your future level packs. Last one. Sewer Man. 14th place, score 0. Once again, I picked up the... well, never mind. Hi, Sean. Don't worry, Sean. Your level will be one of the first levels covered during next week's morning stream. The prelude is nice. Okay, it's Toadman. And thus ends the second level pack. A marginal / minor improvement over YouTube, but still, most of the main primary problems, or all of them, still persist, which are the stages barely utilize gimmicks, if any, and once they do, they usually dump them. They actually are longer and use them a bit more than U2, but again, barely utilized. What you really should do for your future stages are focus on a set of challenges, whether it be enemies, gimmicks, hazards, weaponry, whatever. Base your stage around it, and gradually escalate and explore how they're utilized. Don't just use them for 1 or 2 sets of screens and abandon them. Use them for a full level, build upon it, and finish up that way. Look at the levels by Eduardo / Protoman, Sean Williams, Daibuman, Buster, or pretty much most of the level designers during the morning stream for inspiration. Because right now, all these levels are a whole lot of nothing for the most part. The best part of this level pack was Freezing Man, and that was only because it was longer and had some enemy challenges, but even then, it was subpar at best. Basically, fill your stadium with something more, expand upon it, and you'll have the start of a somewhat okay level pack. Sorry if it sounds harsh, Dave. I know you can do better. Everyone starts somewhere. I will, Sean. Okay then, as it's not been 1 hour yet, let's do some levels from the most popular queue. The Acid Tower 1 by the Acid Factory, with 101 plays and a score of 40. Neat. So kind of like the Shadow Castle areas from Mariovania. Story Castle. I need to eventually stream it. It was someone's attempts to make an Igavania using Mario setting, and they were somewhat successful. They did mention they kind of made the map too big, but of course, the game is also open source. Mostly open source. Oh, okay. That kind of reminds me of that Order of Ecclesia fan game too. What are you describing? Yep, you can replace the sprites, the music, the sound effects, the drop rate. Even the boss AI too. The Bizarre Circus Adventure by Mizuki. 44 plays, score 12. Knowing this is the most popular queue, I'll be happy if I'm able to find a somewhat decent level, at least one. Suddenly the background's missing. Neat. Alright, be right back in another moment. Fire Run by Epic Doritos. Age replay, score 27. That's good to hear, Pixel Boy. But it's probably still not up to the... But it's probably not set to the same standard as the original Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, or Super Paper Mario. Gosh, if I have time, I will cover those games in the future too. Maybe in 5 years. Along with Bug Fables. That was gonna happen once, I wasn't paying attention. Despite also being a short stage, it at least had the mechanic for most of it. We could have included it for the boss battle too. Aeon? What game do they originate from? What a Glitch by Jake64. 125 plays, score 47. What glitch is it? Oh no. What glitch? Oh, Judgment. Yeah, I keep forgetting that it exists. Let's try it again, I think I missed something. Oh, I see. I reflected only 3 or 4 of them onto 4 of them, and it killed all of them. Got it. Oh, congratulations on reaching this, the patio. Crashman stage, but it's a radio tower. By Stardock Saga BR II. 95 plays, score 35. I'll cover this stage and one more, then I'll end off the stream. No need to waste your time, viewers. I will showcase one art piece by Pixel Boy after this. Sometimes you end up with filler content, which isn't really that interesting as much. Such is the life of someone who plays. Such is the life of someone who plays a lot of user-generated content. True, but it's still one of the most popular queues, so don't get your hopes up. Sure, why not? I'll do it after the next stage. Just provide the ID. Focusing more on enemy-based... This is focusing more on enemy-based challenges, but I'm fine with that. And count bombs. Yes, I will cover it, Fluffy. Just give the level ID, please. Already, this is one of the best stages of this stream. It's actually utilizing its enemy challenges and count bombs in interesting configurations. Shocking, I know. If this was on the morning stream, it'd get mixed together with the other levels. But here, it stands out. Just wish the background was less distracting. Thank you. Thanks. I can see why, Devilman. Most of the time I just use solid ladders as well, but again, it depends on the setup. Yeah, visually and design-wise, this is the best stage of the episode, by far. This was an okay to decent one. Kind of lacking in terms of the mechanic usage because it only uses the count bombs. You could also use more enemies for more complex setups. Otherwise, it's a perfectly reasonable level. Kind of forgettable, but I'll take that over all the junk I've covered. It's halfway between okay to decent. I'll be kind and call it decent for tonight. Laserblade by Glow. 25 plays, score of 9. Oh, I see. Like I said, I'm gonna cover it after this stage. Hello, Cutman dressed up as you. Hello, getting lasered to death. Well, Bomb-Man gets destroyed as he jumps in pain. He only got one shot out. That's all I let him. The Gemini laser in this engine is awesome. A marked contrast from its original incarnation. So last but not least is Easy Level by Fluffy++. Only one screen. Oh, I see. Do you see these? Yep, spikes. I knew it couldn't be that easy. See, that's the easy way of doing it. If you shoot, it's fine. But if you want to go to it, good luck. I mean, this is Mega Man. If I was based, that wouldn't be possible. Alternatively, well, I did it without base in the correct way, so that's it. So out of all the levels, 20 plus levels I played during the stream, my favorite one is easily this stage by Starduck. Decent work with that. I already said everything I want to say about the level packs. So before I end the stream, have an art piece by Pixel Boy, Baby Mega Man. Pixel Boy is the artist for this. As a reminder to you all, feel free to submit your art in the art channel. I'll feature it during the morning streams. And some of the evening streams too. So tomorrow morning, I'll hopefully complete the main game of episode 0. And in the evening, hopefully complete the main game or main campaign of One Finger Death Punch 2. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day or evening.